Hey guys, welcome back to One Stop Biology. So in today's video, we are going to cover three very important organelles. We are going to cover mitochondria, plastids, and then we'll cover ribosomes as well. So let's start with mitochondria. Now, again, guys, mitochondria means, the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Now, what is the reason behind it? Let's see that. So basically, they are not easily visible under the microscope until unless you stain it. They are not so easily visible under the microscope. And the number of mitochondria per cell is variable depending on the physiological activity of that cell, right? So in terms of cells shape and size, considerable degree of variation is observed. So basically, if you compare the shape and size of mitochondria in different types of cells as well, it is very much variable. Now, if you talk about a typical, mitochondria cell, it is sausage shaped, or you can say it is cylindrical in shape, and the diameter is zero point 0.2 micrometer to 1 micrometer, and it is sausage or cylindrical in shape, right? Now, each mitochondria is a double membrane bound structure with the outer membrane and the inner membrane dividing its lumen distinctly, right? So it has two aqueous compartment, the outer compartment and the inner compartment. It has two aqueous compartment, outer compartment and inner compartment. Inner compartment is known as matrix. Now, the outer compartment basically forms continuous limiting boundary of the organelle. So it forms a boundary of the organelle. And inner membrane forms infoldings, which is known as cristae. And this is in the matrix. So this is towards the matrix. So now, cristae does what? It increases the surface area. Right. Now the two membranes have their own specific enzymes which are associated with the mitochondrial function. So what is the main function of mitochondria, guys? Mitochondria is the site of aerobic respiration. What they do is they produce cellular energy in the form of ATP, and that is why they are known as powerhouse of the cell. They produce what? They produce cellular energy in the form of ATP. Apart from this, matrix of mitochondria also possess single circular DNA molecule. They have few RNA as well. They have ribosomes, and they have different components which are required for the synthesis of proteins. And that is why basically we say that mitochondria, you know, is can kind of self exist, right? And mitochondria divide by fission. So if you see the structure of mitochondria, what you will see is that this is the outer membrane, guys. So this is the outer membrane, and then you have the inner membrane, right? This is matrix inside fluid, and you have infoldings, cristae, right? In between the two membranes, you have intermembrane space, and you have ATP synthase particles. Apart from that, you have some ribosomes, you have some other granules, and you have DNA as well. You have DNA as well, and mitochondria divide by fission. And what is the main purpose? They basically produce cellular energy in the form of ATP, right? So they are site of aerobic respiration. Now after mitochondria, let's see what plastids are. Plastids, guys, are found in all plant cells and euglenoids. They are not found in animal cells, and they can be easily observed under the microscope. So they are large and they can be easily observed under the microscope. Now these plastids bear some pigments, right? And these pigments impart specific color to the plant. So basically, based on the type of pigments, plastids can be classified into chloroplasts, chloroplasts, chromoplasts, and leucoplasts. Now the chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, right? So chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and carotenoid pigments, which are responsible for trapping light energy and are essential for photosynthesis. So chloroplasts play an important role in photosynthesis. In chromoplast, fat-soluble carotenoids pigments like carotene, xanthophyll, all these are present. And this gives part of a plant a yellow, orange, or red color. Now, leucoplasts are colorless plastids and they have various shapes and sizes, and they store nutrients. So they store amyloplast for, you know, the different kind of leucoplasts are there. Like amyloplast, it stores carbohydrate. For example, in potato. Elaioplast, it stores oils and fats. Aleuroplast stores protein, right? So there are different types of pigments which gives different colors, and that is why plastids are divided into different classifications. Now let's come to chloroplast. So majority of chloroplast of greens plants are found where? They are found in mesophyll cells of leaves. So chloroplasts are found in mesophyll cells of leaves. Now, these are lens-shaped, oval, spherical, discoid, or even ribbon-shaped organelles, right? So they can have various types of shapes. Length is 5 to 10 millimeter and width is 2 to 4 millimeter. ठीक है? The number of chloroplasts varies basically from 1% to 20 to 40%. So in Chlamydomonas, the blue-green algae, you have one. In mesophyll cells of plant, you have 20 to 40%, right? They are double membrane bound structure and inner membrane is very less permeable. Okay. Now basically, the space is limited by the inner membrane of the chloroplast and it is known as stroma. Inner space is known as stroma. Now, just compare it with matrix of mitochondria, right? Now, basically, in stroma, you have a large number of organized flattened membranous sacs, which are known as thylakoids, right? So these are present in stroma. Thylakoids are arranged in stacks like piles of coins, and these are known as grana. So if you see the diagram, this is the chloroplast, right? This basically is the outer membrane, and then inside this membrane is nothing but the inner membrane. Now this stack is thylakoid, and again it is stacked and joined by grana. Singular is granum, right? So thylakoids are arranged in stacks like piles of coins, which are known as grana or intergranal thylakoids. Apart from that, there are flat membranous tubules, which are known as stroma lamellae, right? So these are stroma lamellae, which connects thylakoids of different grana, right? Now, basically, the membrane of thylakoid encloses a space which is known as lumen, and the stroma of chloroplast, it requires enzymes for synthesis of carbohydrates and proteins. And it also contains small double-stranded circular DNA molecules and ribosomes. So remember that the chlorophyll pigments are present in the thylakoids, right? And this chlorophyll pigments helps in photosynthesis, preparation of food. Now the ribosomes of chloroplasts are smaller than the cytoplasmic rhizosome. So the ribosome of chloroplast is 70s. However, the cytoplasmic ribosome is 80s, right? So guys, this is all about the plastids. Now the next is ribosomes. Again, a very important organelle. So ribosomes are nothing but granular structure that we saw in the last video. So I hope you would have watched the last video. If not, please do watch it once. Now, these are granular structures which were first observed under the microscope as dense particles by George Palade. It was for the first time observed in 1953. Now, is composed of ribonucleic acid and proteins. Ribosomes are made of ribonucleic acid and proteins. It is not surrounded by any membrane, and there are two different type of ribosomes. Eukaryotic ribosomes are 80s and prokaryotic ribosomes are 70s. Remember, S here denotes the Swedberg's unit. It is Swedberg's unit, and this is nothing but the sedimentation coefficient. Basically, it means a measure of density and size, right? So it is basically a measure of density and size. And both 70 and 80s, which is present in prokaryotic and eukaryotic ribosomes, are composed of two subunits. These are composed of two subunits, a bigger subunit and a smaller subunit, right? So guys, with this we have finished ribosomes as well. So in today's video we covered three different organelles, three very important organelles. One was mitochondria, which provides energy, which is site of cellular respiration. And we saw plastids present in plants basically. And it helps in photosynthesis. It has pigments for photosynthesis in plants. Again, very important for preparation of food. And third is ribosomes, which are site of protein synthesis, right? So ribosomes again very, very important. So guys, with this we have finished three more organelles. Now in the next video we are going to cover, different type of cytoskeleton, different type of organelles which are present for movement and all, right? So we are going to cover basically cilia, flagella. We are going to cover what exactly is the cytoskeleton, what is the centrosome, centrioles, and all that. So I hope you did understand these three organelles that we discussed today. Do let me know if you have any doubt. You can message either in the comments or you can also message your doubts on WhatsApp and I'll reply. WhatsApp number is there in the description. But guys, do let me know about your feedback. And yes, if you understood all three organelles, if you understood this video today, please do not forget to like it and share it with your friends. And yes, if you are new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get all the interesting updates that I'll be posting in future. Thanks guys for watching the video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.